Well, let's start with the big story of the day coming in from the national capital. After his first selfie video on the NEET paper leak created a massive buzz online, Prime Minister has now shared a second video message in the last 24 hours. But this time, the focus is not on a new announcement, but instead the Prime Minister has thanked the people of the country for the response to his earlier video message, saying that he was touched by the support, the feedback and the suggestion that he has received over the last few hours. And this comes a day after Prime Minister Modi promised strict action against the paper leak mafia, assured students that the government would take tough steps to protect the future of the young aspirants. And this also comes as the government continues the public outreach, with the Prime Minister learned to have also urged his union ministers to strengthen their presence on social media, mainly on Instagram. And now we are learning that he has posted a second selfie video on social media. Listen in.
थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स। कल देर रात आपसे मिलने का मौका मिल गया। मेरे जो वीडियो पोस्ट किया था उसको जिस प्रकार से आपने रिस्पॉन्ड किया, सकारात्मक सुझाव दिए, थैंक्स टू एवरीबॉडी। ये आपका प्यार बना रहेगा, हमारा नाता और अधिक सक्रियता से जुड़ता रहेगा। थैंक यू दोस्तों, थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स। कल देर रात आपसे मिलने का मौका मिल गया। मेरे जो वीडियो पोस्ट किया था उसको जिस प्रकार से आपने रिस्पॉन्ड किया, सकारात्मक सुझाव दिए, थैंक्स टू एवरीबॉडी। ये आपका प्यार बना रहेगा, हमारा नाता और अधिक सक्रियता से जुड़ता रहेगा। थैंक यू दोस्तों।
Kritika is joining us live on the broadcast with more details. Kritika, another selfie video message that the Prime Minister has posted, and this time this is not about any announcement. He just wanted to thank people of the country for the response as far as his first message is concerned. Take us through the key highlights and what the first selfie video was all about, and the second one as well.
Well, yes, Akansha, in the first video, we saw how the Prime Minister attempted to assure students, specifically young protesters who have assembled at Jantar Mantar, who continue their protest, that stringent action, the most strict action, will be taken in context of the paper leaks. He was also announcing how in the following day, which was yesterday, multiple such announcements will also be made. There will be cabinet decisions as well. And that message was put up on the social media platform X. Now, the second video that he has put up, which is, as you rightly pointed out, more on the context of, in fact, engaging with the students. It's only thanking them for their, what the Prime Minister says to be a positive response to his earlier video. That now has been put up on Instagram. Remember, for the last over a month now, the protest, mainly for the younger protesters, has been unfolding on this very platform. There are protesters who have been camping at the Jantar Mantar protest site, from where they have been, in fact, generating their own videos. The ones who did not join it earlier were consuming it primarily via this platform. And now we are seeing the Prime Minister also, in fact, attempt to divert his messaging specifically where the younger users are. How successful that will be in respect of the youth engaging with the Prime Minister's content in a manner in which can de-escalate the protests still remains a matter of question and a matter of time as well, because for these young protesters, they continue to demand the resignation of the Education Minister as their core demand to end the protest. So while the Prime Minister has announced the formation of fast-track courts that would ensure a swift trial of in the situations of paper leak case, that in itself is not resonating much with the protesters who continue to camp at the Jantar Mantar protest site. Remember, this is also a weekend now, which is when more crowds is expected to join as far as the protest site is concerned. Already we have seen how the original camp is at capacity, and the protesters spill over into Sansad Marg and the other adjoining areas as well. Over to you.
All right, so even though the central government maintains that they have taken several big actions, CJP and the opposition leaders, they are saying that they're not satisfied. They only want the resignation of the education minister. Stay on with us, Kritika. I'll come back to you once again. Let's tell our viewers about the actions that the central government has taken, because just hours after Prime Minister Modi's first midnight intervention, the government has walked the talk. In the last 24 hours, the Modi government has taken big steps. The central government has put forth a 6-point action plan to tackle the NEET paper leak row. The measures span legal, administrative and institutional reforms. From accountability and structural changes to high-level consultation, the government has said that it is taking steps aimed at restoring trust in the examination system. So let me tell you more about that. As far as the anti-paper leak bill is concerned, that is all set to come up in the parliament. Provision number 1 is that there will be a 10-year jail term when it comes to paper leak, 10 crore rupees fine. So that fine will be increased, and a 3-month trial deadline. So trial will be carried out in a much faster way is what we are learning so far. Let's also tell you about the crackdown mode as far as the central government is concerned, because in the last 24 hours, several big actions have been taken, starting with what happened at 8 o'clock yesterday when 47 NTA officials were terminated. Legal action against some that has been taken. Criminal probe could follow is what we're learning so far, and more reforms in the pipeline. And this is what the sources have told Times Now. And with that, we have a breaking update coming in. The crackdown on the paper leak mafia is now gathering pace. A day after the central government promised tougher action, Delhi police have now announced a major step. A special task force, that is STF, that is now being set up under the crime branch to investigate the paper leak and other exam-related offences. The STF will handle the cases under the Public Examination Act, and it will also investigate leaks linked to major recruitment examination, including UPSC, SSC, railway recruitment, IBPS and NT as well. And the task force, we are learning, will also work closely with the prosecuting agency to ensure faster trials and quicker punishment for those involved. So this is a major crackdown as far as the paper leak mafia is concerned. Kritika continues to be live with us. Kritika, a day after the central government promised that they will be taking tougher action, we're learning that the Delhi police has announced a major step, a special task force that has been now set up under the crime branch. Take us through what can be expected, and also tell us about the major actions that the government has taken in the last 24 hours.
Akansha, as far as this special task force is concerned of the Delhi police, now remember, even in the case of this year's NEET undergraduate paper leak, we saw how this was not just a singular operation with one person behind it. It was a multi-state operation which demanded a multi-state probe as well. And in order for a swifter coordination, as well as ensuring that when the case comes to trial, there is in fact deputation for day-to-day access of representation as well, the special task force has been created. As you were pointing out, the ambit of it is not just concerned with entrance exams and competitive exams at the academic level, but it also now includes exams for recruitment. The ambit of it also includes recruitment exams such as the UPSC or the Staff Selection Commission or the Railway Recruitment Boards as well. So, of course, there is a broader ambit to it. So all sorts of exams will now fall under the purview of this STF as well, and they have to ensure that any form of intelligence that they get is acted upon. Now, this STF will also be headed by the Deputy Commissioner of Police of the Crime Branch. The Special Commissioner of Police of the Crime Branch shall be responsible for the overall supervision as well as administrative control of the STF. And this person will be responsible for issuing directions as will be necessary to ensure effective investigation and diligent prosecution of the cases. So it is not just about investigating and submitting the charge sheet, but also actively ensuring that the trial is fast-tracked as far as the court is also concerned, and that at no place is there any form of leniency which would allow any person behind any paper leak to be let off due to lack of evidences on a procedural or a logistical manner. So that is the idea behind the STF that has now been formed.
All right, and also several steps that the central government has taken with respect to the protest that has been going on. Thank you so much, Kritika, for getting us all those details.